Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our 2022 Complete Beginner's Guide to RimWorld here. And I do want to point out a couple of things. First of all, number one, if you see in the upper left, I have changed the way that my resources are displayed by using this toggle over here on the left of the screen, where it's the, for me anyway, it is the uppermost icon right below the time controls on the bottom right, and you can use it to group resources into categories. Now for us, it doesn't really do too much for us because we don't have that many different types of resources, but in a big base, it can be really helpful for sorting things out. The other thing I like about it is it shows you like how much medicine you have at a glance, or how much food, you know, prepared meals and raw food and things like that. So it's a nice mechanism, and then you just click on it and it will unpack that category for you. So you can toggle that on or off as you like. Now you'll see we're low on food. That's bad. We're going to need to start cooking. We need a bed for one of our colonists. So that can be taken on pretty easily by just going into furniture, and we'll just build a temporary sleeping spot, okay, for our colonist until we can get this bed built. Remember, we're trying to take care of this prisoner that we got, the person who raided us, and it's going to be a little bit difficult. All right, and we'll just unpause the game and eventually get these bedrooms finished, move that over, get some food going, and everything will be proceeding as sort of planned. All right, Yuto really wants to build this. What time is it? It's midnight. I wonder why he's working. Oh, he has prioritized work. That's why. I was like, why is he working? Oh, because I made him do that, right? So that's another thing. Whenever you see someone working well beyond their bedtime, check to see if the clear prioritized work button shows up. On him it did, which means I had given him a task. Now he's going to go sleep. Now he's not going to get the best sleep, and they don't like it because he woke them up doing like hard labor, but you know, early on in the life of your colony, little disruptions like that happen, and we'll be okay. Oh, she still is here. Yep, so we can try to tame her as long as we can get some food that she will like. Now, food that she will be down with will be something like kibble or some other kind of raw food. I bet even these berries, for example, if I hauled these back, I could use those. Let's see. Oh, they're also demanding recreation variety, so that's pretty simple. They want something to do for fun. They're not having fun. So I'm going to build them recreation, and we can do this quite simply by giving them a horseshoe pin. Okay, so a horseshoe pin, you can just build it outside, and then they can play horseshoes there. It only takes 10 wood, and then a chess table takes more wood, but that's okay for now. This room can become a recreation room at some point. Kind of, let's see, where do we want to build a chess table, huh? Well, to be honest, horseshoes is fine for the beginning. It's just okay. They'll be fine. And let's just speed it up. Lobster is hurt. Hopefully Lobster will be getting better. Now, here's another thing about Lobster. Lobster is a prisoner, and we can attempt to recruit Lobster, but what you have to do is you have to click on him, and then you need to go into the prisoner tab, which are the buttons that appear below the character box in the lower left, and I'm going to just click reduce resistance. And so this means that whoever my warden is will come in and talk to them and try to break them down and say, hey, shouldn't you join us? Wouldn't this be great? And over time, their resistance will drop. Now, right now, you can see their resistance is 11, which is, you know, pretty high. It says prison break interval never, which is good, which means like they won't try to break out anytime soon. And what we can do, if we release them, this group, the coalition of Abrunno, will like us, but I don't really care about getting reputation with them right now. I'd much rather have a worker. You can, of course, practice, human trafficking if you want. I don't generally do that. I feel like having people work for us is more valuable. And once their resistance gets reduced down enough, then you can go to recruit and try to be like, hey, come on in. So I'm going to just set that up. If you're curious who our warden is, it will be whoever has the highest social skill, which is Jacob. Now, Miyu is out chopping down trees, which is good. This stove has been finished, which is fantastic. It's electric. Let's just check the power to make sure it's plugged in correctly, and that's good. You can always just click anything that takes power, like these lamps, and you can just click reconnect to get them as close as possible. Reconnect, and then power, and you can see like all of our cords are as short as possible. This one's a little long because it has to go all the way out there, but that's okay. We don't have enough power for everything we want to do just yet, but here we go. All right. So now at this point, Mew is doing construction, and let's just check in with everyone and see what they're up to. Okay? All right, so Bonilla is feeding Lobster, who's our prisoner. And this is because Bonilla is our warden. He's got warden set to number 1 because this is an important skill for us, and he's going to take care of that. Now, we're not really trying to reduce the resistance of Lobster at all right now because he's passed out. He's like in terrible shape. So we just kind of have to wait for this. He's in extreme pain. We're going to have to nurse him back to health. Now, Bonilla is researching. And I actually might stop researching for the moment because I need some food. So I might want... Can you haul... Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and haul this like this for Bonilla. And so he's going to do that when he gets done with researching. But he's not going to be done with researching anytime soon, unfortunately. So what you can do if you need someone to do something and they're in the middle of a job is you can very quickly draft them into the military by pushing R and then just push R again. And then they will clear what task they're on. And so I can say, hey, actually go do this instead and this instead. And then he'll go do that. And we'll go down to 2-speed. All right. And, oh, he's already back to researching. So what? Did you haul the berries or what, dude? Where'd they go? Huh. Oh, we put them in the freezer. Well, yes, exactly. That's where they're supposed to go. Okay, good. Now, this isn't done yet because we got to finish this wall. Mew is harvesting the oak tree, which we want to happen. Okay. Bonilla's researching, and it seems foolish, but we're going to see if he can finish these batteries because this will help us tremendously to get batteries online. Now, Yuto wants to go for a walk. Unfortunately, we don't have time for that. I need you to start cooking. So we're going to go ahead and go to the bill, and I need some meals. And let's see what kind of like simple meals we can make. So you can click simple meal and just go click details. And it requires some food from one ingredient. So we're going to allow meat, animal products, all this stuff. And I'm going to actually say do X times and do until we have 10 just for now, just to store 10 for us. Okay. And then I'm going to prioritize cooking with Yuto. But first, let me check his bio. Like, Yuto, are you good at cooking? No, you're not bad. You're the best we've got. So he's going to take the berries, and he's going to start making meals for everybody. And he's doing it. And there he goes. Look, we've already got some meals coming in, and this is beautiful. He's putting them in the freezer, which is where we want them to go. Fortunately, he's going to have a little bit longer of a walk once we get this wall done. Miu is finishing the roof, and it's done. Now that's inside. All right. Now, Miu, what you doing now? She wants to haul wood for a blueprint. Okay. But can you just finish that wall? I'd like to get the freezer in so that our meals won't spoil. Now you can see Bonilla is in here and he's talking to Lobster and trying to reduce the resistance of Lobster. So what I always like to do is just check this out by clicking on Lobster and go to Prisoner. You see his resistance is 11. Now let's just watch this conversation happen. Okay? So there he's talking. He's like, hey, you should join us. Why don't you think about it? And boom. It'll say right here, but sometimes it's hard to see this before it fades, but it says resistance went from 11 to 10.4. So he lowered it by 0.6, which is okay. His social skill isn't through the roof, but that's great. So eventually that will break him down. And now Bonilla's going to go back and research. Miu is working on these rooms, which we definitely want to be done. And Yuto is now going for a walk. He wants to relax. Okay, this is fine. I'm actually going to have Mio work on the horseshoe thing. Yuto, what you up to? Walk, huh? Let's check your needs. His mood is fine. No, I need you to chop down trees, dude. We don't have time for your exercise. We're in full-on survival mode here. And she's taking this wood. She finished the door, and now this freezer is done, right? So this freezer is fully encased. So here we are going to change the temperature for the cooler. So this cooler says target temperature 70 degrees in the lower left right here. And you have these controls where you can adjust the thermostat. So you can lower it or raise it. We want to reduce this down to freezing. So I'm going to put it at a nice 30 degrees Fahrenheit and see if we can maintain that. Just like a little bit below freezing. And see how that goes. It's going to use a lot of power to do that. But you'll see that the temperature has already gone down to 46. It's 70 outside. And when you click on the food, now it says it's refrigerated, right? So this already has increased the amount of time that it will last. Okay. And let me check the bill for the stove. Yeah, he only made one meal and then he quit. That's okay, though. We're going to get food taken care of pretty soon. It's great to have her on construction. She just crushes it. So let's get these bedrooms done. He's roofing it. Fantastic. Okay. Okay, good. Everything here is happening as it should. We're almost done with batteries. He's feeding Lobster. This room is about done. So what we're going to do is we're going to reinstall this bed over here in another bedroom. Actually, wait. Let me cancel that. I think I'd rather... No, you know what? That's okay. I was going to say I'd rather move the prisoner, but this prisoner is not in a really good state to move, so let's wait for that project. Okay. And we're going to go to architect, and we're going to go to floors, and we're going to put in some wood floors. And I'm just going to do all of this like that. Going to take a bunch of wood. We don't have a lot of wood, but we'll get there. Once we're done researching batteries, I may stop on that project for a bit and get focused on cooking and finishing some small construction projects that we're doing here. And colonists need beds, indeed, but that will only last until he moves this bed. Once he gets the bed built, we're good. Now, let's see. Yuto is going to harvest the oak tree. He can't build that right now. We don't have enough wood. That's a shame. Okay. Alright, he's chopping down the tree. Good. Actually, we're going to cancel this bed building project. We don't really need it right now, because we're going to be putting beds into these rooms once they finish. Now, our food is okay. I wonder if Yuto can... No usable food. So berries don't work, apparently. Alright. Yuto, where you at? He's gonna haul wood. Can you... we can't make kibble yet. We need material. Oof. Okay. That is sad. But it's the reality. Alright. So we might need to hunt a little bit. But we don't have anybody who's, like, tremendous at hunting. Shooting 5 is, I think, our best. So I could go send her on a hunting. Let's see if there are any easy wildlife. Yeah, there's like alpaca, something like that that's not hard for her to take down. So what I could do is I could just turn on alpaca to be hunted. Just one. So we could get some meat. Oh, and Yuto's going to go do the hunting, huh? Well, let's see how this goes. I don't fancy it going well, but there's a bunch of muffalo. Where are these alpaca? Oh, they're over here. Alright. Well, let's see. So what I did was I went to this wildlife screen, and you can toggle using the bow and arrow icon things that you want to hunt. Now, you'll notice that muffalos and mega sloth have a chance to attack when they've been harmed. So, like, if you try to hunt these, there's a chance that they'll fight you. And we don't want that. Animals can damage you pretty significantly. So we're going to avoid that. Yuto is going to fire at alpacas, which it says right here they will not retaliate. So let's just shoot them. Now, that was actually not bad, but I think he might have run away. He's eating. He's eating. Yeah, I think we lost that one. Alright, he tried. That animal left the map. That's an unfortunate hunting spot. So what you can do is go for an easier animal, or I could have my more premium... let's see. It's rotting. Yeah, you can't eat that. Here's some alpacas, though. I'm going to just select the alpaca from the field and say hunt. This one should have a harder time running away. Okay, we're researching. And what's Yuto up to? He wants to build the wall. Alright, well, fine. And he's going to go to sleep. Bonia's already asleep. And Mio's asleep. Alright, let's speed it way up. And it's not pretty at the beginning. But look, Lobster, it says, is no longer incapable of walking, which means he's healed up a little bit. He's only in severe pain. So that's good. We're nursing him back to health. His resistance has gone down to 9.8, so he's getting closer to being on the team. Our power is shorting out as the wind stops blowing. He's feeding berries to this guy, and Monia is now feeding him a meal, and Yuto's going to have to be cooking all day long, unfortunately. We're running way too low on meals. Yuto, what you up to? Hunting alpaca. That's a good idea, but I need you to do this instead. Oh, we don't have any materials. Ooh, okay, well then, maybe. Maybe you do hunt the alpaca. Alright, let's see. That she shot him a bunch. He's terrible at this job. Eventually, this is going to happen. Where are you going now? Oh, he's going to get these meals. Yeah, perfect. Pick up those meals. There's some scattered meals for us to eat. Alright, so I think that, unfortunately, Yuto is not good enough at shooting to hunt successfully. So, and his weapon is not that great. So we're going to have to try something different. I could also try to hunt a smaller thing. That's a dead guinea pig. It's been dead for too long. So what we can do is, after Yuto finishes eating... this is 81% grown. Honestly, we could harvest... Let's just harvest some of this rice. This rice has grown in enough for me. If hunting is not going to work. So he's going to go back to trying to hunt the alpaca. Let's see how this goes, actually. I'm amused by this. Oh, he hit it. Eventually. He's trying. Oh, he's trying. It's been hit again. It might bleed out. It's dead. He finally killed the alpaca. It took a long time. Now, what you going to do? He's going to go butcher it. Perfect. So this is going to give us good stuff. So we're going to have some food. And we should be able to make some kibble. So he's going to butcher it. And make a little bit of meat. And then I want to make kibble. Now, what's he doing now? He's cooking. So he's going to make food for us, which is more important right now than kibble. There he goes. We're getting food. So hunting is a great source of food. And once you have a freezer, you'll see right here, it's frozen. So it won't spoil. So we've made our little freezer. We got a bunch of meat. And we got leather, to be honest, which is cool. Camel hide. And she's going to take care of lobster. He's almost done researching batteries. And we've sort of made progress on our base expansion. Awesome. Okay. And let's see. Yuto is just eating, I guess. Oh, he's relaxing. Okay. So they can just sit at the table and relax, and that's fine. Alright. This room is just about done. And we're going to go reinstall this bed over there. And we're going to deconstruct the sleeping spot. And we're going to go to furniture, sleeping spot. Terrific. Once this research gets done, I'm going to move the research bench out of the way of this door. We'll change this to be Mio's bed. We did it. We finished batteries. Okay, great. So now, Bonilla, what you're going to do, he's going to go chop down trees. And we're not going to set any research. But I am going to go to architecture, power, and we're going to build a battery. It takes 70 steel, and that's a shame. Here's the thing about batteries. They explode when exposed to rain or fire. Okay? So you got to be really careful with your batteries. You want them inside, but you don't want them to explode. So I'm going to put my battery down here, actually, next to this steel wall, so that the risk of fire is somewhat mitigated. Somewhat. But typically we're going to want to build a battery shed that is not made of wood to store the battery in case it has a short circuit or something. Okay? So we're going to go build power conduits and just kind of have this over here and around like that. Great. Okay. So I like this. We're finally making some progress. And let's check out lobster. He's down to 8.4 resistance. And let's see. Yuto, what you doing? He's eating. Alright, well, that's understandable. Now he's going to build a floor. I actually want you to make kibble. Oh, he can't because we don't have the right stuff. Alright, well, what about, is this wild lady still here? She might have left, which would be fine. No, she's here. Con artist? I can't tame her anymore? Oh, no, yes, I can. Cannot tame, no usable food. Man. We got to get that animal stuff going. Okay. I could just build a prison and imprison her. That's another thing to do. I might have to do that. Alright. Everybody's doing a great job finishing things up. A group of travelers are passing by. So when it says a group of travelers are passing by, you'll see them right here. They're in blue. They are not hostile, but you'll notice none of them have a question mark, which means they don't really want to do anything with you. They're not going to trade with you. They're just walking through. Okay, everybody, it's the middle of the night, and I'm back after a short break. And a couple of things I want to say about this episode. Number one, I've been sick, so my voice and my thought process is, you know, a little bit addled, but it provides for some humor in the process. Also, you'll see how far behind I am on certain aspects of starting out, like my food is low, and we've got some prioritization issues. We're not finished with our bedrooms, and things are all happening out of whack. And this is because we had the opportunity to recruit some people way earlier than I was expecting, and that's just RimWorld. RimWorld is like, nothing happens, you know, by the book necessarily. Things can jump up and surprise you, and you kind of have to just do the best with what you've been given. We've been given a bounty of some potential extra people, but it's come at the expense of getting me out of order of doing things that I would like to. So eventually, we'll get there. I do want to say, even though, you know, we only have like this one packaged survival meal and this simple meal that's been made, that looks really, really bad food-wise, and, you know, in a lot of ways, sure, it is. But we do have some packaged survival meals on the map. Oh, here's a ship chunk. Let me go ahead and deconstruct this. And we have a bunch of food here. So we have rice, and it's like 94% of the way. So if it was a complete emergency, we could just click harvest on the rice, and what you can do is just harvest it early. So if you need food like right away, you won't get the best yield out of it, but you can go ahead and get it so you can make food. Now we're going to need rice to make kibble so that we can try to tame that wild woman. So taming any animal, you use kibble, and I've been trying to make it, but you have to have a vegetarian and a meat ingredient. So you have to have both a carnivore and a herbivore ingredient. And so we have the meat because we hunted the alpaca, right? But we need more than that. So we're going to need some rice as well to go with it to make the kibble, okay? So we can get that going, and we should be fine eventually. But that's kind of where we're at. We're resting right now, and I'm just going to unpause it. If I don't end up getting the wild woman, it's not the end of the world. I can also finish constructing a bedroom and just imprison her. I'd like to do it through taming. It's a faster process. Like, if I'm going to have to imprison her and then break her down, that will take longer, and she won't be working. Whereas if you tame her, it's like instantly she's going to come just join you, you know? So there's a lot of bonus in that. Now, Bonilla is going to go eat, right? Makes sense. And he's going to eat, and Mew is going to also eat. I don't know why she decided to get that wood. She just wanted to move it to the stockpile, I guess. Okay, so now Bonilla is going to relax socially. And I'm going to have to say, unfortunately, Bonilla, we don't have the luxury of that. So I need you to actually... I'm going to find, like, some rice that's the most grown. Didn't I see a 94 at some point somewhere? Boy, I thought that... Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Can you harvest that? And I'm just going to say, hey, dude, go get that. Go get the rice. And let's see what happens when he does that. So you'll see him get it, and then there's some rice right there. Now, it's not a ton, okay, but it's some. And I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to prioritize him hauling it. And then, while everybody's eating, Yuto, what are you up to? He's going to go sow. Oh, okay. So he's going to sow too. So there must be some stuff that he feels comfortable going to sow, which is great. Now, Bonilla, I need you to actually make kibble. Oh, and he still doesn't have enough. Let me go to the kibble bill and just check this out. Requires 1 nutrition ingredient and 1 nutrition by combining raw meat and plants, right? So, that's fine. Work amount 8. Really? You can't combine it? Maybe he needs more rice than that to make just 1 thing of kibble? Interesting. That's not ideal. Okay, so what are you doing? He's going to build a floor. No. I need you to actually, instead, we're just going to go ahead and harvest some rice prematurely just so I can get, try to get the kibble. Okay? And then I'm going to hunt another alpaca, I believe. No, but I want to hunt one that's closer. So let me look around on the map and find one that can't run away as easily, perhaps. I also want to find one that's not close to her, because I don't want to accidentally shoot the wild lady. I could try to hunt a squirrel or something like that. They're easier to kill, but they provide much less food and leather. Gosh, here's one. Alright, now it's dangerously... Oh, no, here we go, much better. I'm going to click hunt, but I'm going to actually have Mew... No, she's not assigned to hunting. That's interesting. Okay. Yuto I assigned to hunting. Now, I don't know why I didn't assign her to it, but I'm going to. I'm going to tone these down. I'm going to tone some of these things down to 2, except for my first priorities. But anyway, hopefully now, Mew, can you go hunt that? Thank you. She's going to go do that. And she's got a rifle, so you'll see, like, she can shoot it from a million miles away. Hopefully she can hit it. It's been hit a bunch. It should die soon. There we go. We got it. Perfect. And, cannot hunt. Yes, I don't need you to hunt it. I want you to butcher it. Can you do that? Oh. Yuto is going to go get that. Okay, so he's going immediately because his cooking is high. He's going to go butcher that. That's fine. Okay, and then Mew, actually, I need you to prioritize that, then that, and then that. Let's get all the rice inside. Bonilla is doing construction. That's great. Let's go ahead and move this table, and we're going to reinstall it down there. Okay, he's building the battery. Okay, good. Now, eventually, ancient danger. Uh-oh. As Bonilla draws near the ancient wall, a sense of foreboding overcomes him. He isn't sure why, but he feels that this dusty structure may contain great danger. Okay, so right. I told you guys about this before. This is the game telling you the danger is contained within. So as long as you don't open the wall, you're good. If you go in there, be ready for something really dangerous. I'm not going to spoil it, but you don't want to open that. Okay? So we're going to just let that happen. He's butchering this. And let's see, what's Miyu up to now? She's going to build the power conduit. Great. He's butchering. Okay, now, is he going to make kibble? What are you doing? Yes, he is. All right, he's getting... Oh, so he needed 20 of each. So this is why he couldn't make kibble. He needed 20 meat and 20 vegetable to do it. So we got it. We made it to kibble, okay? So now I'm going to tell him to prioritize trying to tame the wild lady. Oh, but we can't because she's asleep right now. Well, that's hysterical. Okay, he'll do that then on his own. Let's go ahead and prioritize the business of cooking at some point. But we're out of power, of course, so... You know, there's that. He's just going to take all the rice. So we can eat this rice. Okay, the wind is picked up. And we're going to set a bunch of meals ready And Yuto, hopefully he'll start cooking as soon as he is right now. He's actually going to cook right away. So he's cooking because that priority is set up for him, and he's going to make us meals. So we're now going to get food on track. Unfortunately, she's going to deconstruct the ship chunk. I'd rather have her chop down trees. So I need to set some more trees to be chopped down. So we're going to go to architecture, we're going to go to orders, and we're going to say chop wood, and let's just get a bunch of trees here. Okay, and Mio, yeah, you can do that for now. Bonilla, what are you up to? He's going to haul wood to the blueprint. Good. He's moved his table. That's good. Let's go ahead and reinstall this thing over here. Fantastic. Okay. And as soon as Yuto's done making one meal, he's going to go for a walk. Actually, did she wake up? Nope, she's sleeping. Okay, you can relax. By the way, if you look up at the top center of the screen and you look at your pawns, you see how there's like a background that's light blue and then dark blue? This is actually a status bar indicating their mood. So, you know, Bonilla is in a very good mood. His hair kind of covers it up. Yuto is in a middling mood, and you can see, like, the light blue is, like, how good their mood is. And Mio is sort of in the middle as well. She wants a good bedroom. She's got some pain, and she slept in the cold, which is something we're going to have to take care of. What do you mean you slept in the cold? Well, indeed, look. You'll see that even though it's outside and nice, we have a heater. But now we have these bedrooms that aren't heated. So what we're going to have to do is spread the heat around. So we need to go to temperature, we need to go to vent, and we need to start building some vents so that these bedrooms get the heat. This is how you control the temperature indoors, okay? So hopefully this will work, but one heater might not be able to heat all of this space, and we'll just need to build another one. But as long as they're connected with a vent, it will allow us... Alright, so he's still going for a walk. It will allow us to keep the temperature within steady. Okay? So... we're doing pretty good here. We're finishing our internal spaces. These bedrooms are done. Lobster, how are you doing? He's down to 6.7 resistance. Okay. So I'm going to actually switch this to recruit mode. You can do this at whatever. No, let's keep it at reduced resistance. You can switch this to recruit mode and they will still try to break down the resistance. But once it gets lower, we're going to switch it to recruit and they will like more actively try to go after them to get them to join. But I don't want them to leave. What's their... in 75 days, they're going to try to break out of prison, so we have to just make sure that we get them converted before them. Miu is in a minor break right now because she's upset. So when people get below this threshold of mood, it'll say minor break risk, and this will mean like they will go into a temper tantrum or have some negative consequences. Usually they'll get angry, they might break stuff, they might go insane, but for the most part, this first threshold is okay. They'll just be taking it off. Now, she is dealing with it by... she's relaxing right now, so she's stargazing, so this will boost her mood. Yuto, what are you doing? He's cooking meals, which is good. We are really desperate for food right now. We have a good amount of alpaca meat. Unfortunately, we're feeding all of our food to the bad guy. And what are you doing now? He's going to go try to tame the woman. Let's see how this goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. All right, so he's talking to her. And he's trying to tame her. And he's giving her food, like, hey, you want to join us? And it failed. We only have a 14% chance to tame her, actually. So, well, given that, taming might not happen. So, I wasn't sure what our chance was. 14 is terrible. That's not worth giving her food. So at this point, we're going to just concentrate on doing something else, which is just capturing her and putting her in a room and breaking her down that way. It's not glamorous, but it's where we're at. So I'm going to go to the wildlife screen. I'm going to turn off taming of her. And let's just concentrate on finishing these bedrooms. We can use one as a prisoner bedroom, and we'll just capture her and convince her that it's for her own safety that she joins our team. But we have to wait until the daytime so we can get enough wood together to finish this up. And everyone should start doing that. He's talking to... you can see his social level went up. The mood. The resistance went down. By the way, it's easier to to convert prisoners when they have a nicer prison room. This prison room is terrible. So they aren't in a good mood because of it. Now, if you want to know about a room, you can go down to the bottom where there's this toggle. It looks like a bunch of bar graph things in the lower right, and it says toggle room stats display. And then when you turn it on and you mouse over a room, you can see it gives you information about that room. It says Lobster's prison cell, and it says that it's not impressive. It's impoverished in terms of wealth. It's too small. Its beauty is neutral, and it's dirty. So it's just like not that great. So it's not making this guy feel better. In fact, on his needs, you can see like, you know, he doesn't like, it's a cramped interior. It's also cold. He's getting no heat over there, okay? So that's another indication that we're going to eventually need to get the HVAC going through his space so we can put a vent there, okay? But we're not going to put a vent for him right now into his room because while it's being constructed, he could try to like escape. So we're not going to do that. All right. And Bonilla is hauling food. Mio is constructing, and she's finishing this bedroom up. Yuto is sleeping a lot and is just going to, what, eat raw meat. So their mood, what they're eating is awful. So let's go ahead and start making some more food, okay? So Mio, she's going to haul steel to the blueprint, but instead, I'm going to tell her to hunt some more alpaca. All right? And people are unhappy, and this is just a product of starting out in the game and not having everything set up, but we'll get there. All right, that's funny. Oh, Lobster is fully healed. All right. She's trying. Get it. Now, the nice thing is, while she's doing this, she's leveling up. So she's leveling up her hunting. We got it. And all we have to do is she'll go kill it. And then now we'll have it for Butcher. They want recreation variety. So can you finish building this? They need blue. They need that. Here, go ahead and get this tree. Yuto, what are you doing? He's cooking. Good. That's what you should be doing. All right, Gunther's finished this. Somewhat major break risk for Mio. Okay. So when you have a major break risk, you got to clear her prioritized work so she can go eat. She's going to go eat animal food, which is disastrous, but that's because we don't have enough food made. Now, we did make a meal, and she's going to go harvest a tree. So she was upset because she was hungry, but she ate. All right, so Yuta, what are you doing now? He's going to go butcher. Perfect. That will get us food. Bonilla is hunting. And let's go ahead and go to architecture, furniture, and we're going to build a bed right here and one right here. Okay. So once we finish these spaces, we're going to be in a really good spot. Major break risk for Mio. Okay. You know, she might be just get really upset, and that's just the reality. Here, let's see if Bonilla, what's he doing? He's eating. Can you finish this so people can recreate? Okay, there we go. We at least have horseshoes done now. So this should cheer people up. Okay, this room is done. And major break still for Mio as she works things out. Now, there's really not much we can do at this point except for just hope that she calms down once we produce more food and stuff. And that's what we're going for. So now we finished these bedrooms, but there's a lot that needs to be done. We don't have electricity. I mean, we don't have lights, so we're going to build a lamp here, and a lamp here, a lamp here, and a lamp here. And then what we're going to do is go to power, and we're going to build some conduits along the top, and some conduits here that are connected like that. Now, the power conduits you can kind of build anywhere. They run like in the walls, under the floor, whatever. It's fine. And this will get this done. As soon as we get this bed built and everything's done, this will be our prison cell, and we'll go capture the lady. Now, hopefully Mew just kind of chills out. And what's she up to now? She's going to go play horseshoes. Thank goodness. Okay, so this is how she takes care of her high stress. Like, she's really upset. She ate kibble, so this gave her a major minus because she had to eat nasty food. But this will go away eventually, and because she's playing horseshoes, look at her mood. It's flying up because she's having fun playing horseshoes. So this is at least good. She can do this to boost her mood, and she'll go to sleep eventually. All right, so we're going to go to Lobster, and we're going to change the prisoner to, now his resistance is 5, and we're going to try to start recruiting him eventually. And once we finish this, we're going to turn on the capturing of her. We're just going to go arrest her and hope that goes well. If she tries to fight us, that will be a problem. But we need to have her on our team. It would be great. And taming her just really isn't an option. So, everyone, you've seen me go all over the place and do a lot of bad things in this episode because my infrastructure is not big enough to support the amount of colonists that I want. But because opportunities for colonists happen sometimes infrequently or randomly, when I see a chance, I'm going to take a short-term loss of people's sanity and comfort to try to build up fast enough to accommodate them. Lobster will be with us soon. We will make another bedroom for him and get this back to being our kitchen at some point. We can even just put his bed out here once he's part of the team. We don't have to worry about him running away until we build him a regular bedroom. We need to get electricity done here. We have our battery, and let me just mention this. So you'll see when you click on your windmill, it says how much power it's outputting. So it's putting out 1030 watts, and then it says grid excess/stored. So the grid right now has an excess of 1413 watts. Like, it's producing this many units of electricity more than what we actually need. And so the other side of this fraction is showing how many we have stored. And we have 600 stored because the battery that we built, the max it can store is 600. So it's just sitting here and it's storing electricity for when the wind dies. We will draw down from this battery. The yellow bar represents its charge, so it's full. I'm not going to build more batteries right now because I want to build a proper battery shed, and I don't want to take time doing that. We need to do other things right now. We need to, like, get food and, you know, finish our construction and stuff. But for the most part, even though we have people who are unhappy and disgruntled, we're going to, in the long run, make a positive shift. What is going on here? Oh, these donkeys are just sleeping. I thought they were dead for a moment. Now, we could obviously try to tame these donkeys and get donkeys as pack animals that you might want. But right now, again, that's too far down the road. We can't feed animals right now. We can barely feed ourselves, so we have to build up our infrastructure. The food will grow in. Now that we have a freezer, we can store all of this food, and we will start seeing dividends. We can do some more hunting, but it's going to take time to get there. Everyone, I hope this tutorial beginner's guide is helpful. It's kind of like a let's start together and play along together, and I comprehensively explain what's going on. But everybody's play is going to be different based on the events that unfold. And for us, we just happened to get an influx of potential colonists really, really early and had to divert some of our best practices in an effort to try to capitalize on these opportunities. But it's resulted in some negativity that will smooth over in time. If you look at Lou, like, this will go away. The awful barrack, that's going to stay. Darkness will go away when we put the lights in. Slept in the cold, the HVAC should eliminate that, and minor pain will eventually go away. I don't know what she has these old wounds. Those might stay. So some of the stuff will get mitigated, but as long as she's got recreation, you see this gives her a positive to her mood, and she's eating well, a lot of these will start to go away. Once we make our barracks even better and clean it, it's going to improve her mood also. So at first, when I started playing this game, I was really obsessed with their mood. I was terrified if they had a bad mood. But at the beginning of the game, you're just not that great at keeping them happy all the time, and you have to just deal with it as growing pains until you establish good recreation, good cuisine, good lighting, a clean, nice, spacious place for them to live. Then things will start rolling in. Now, if, of course, we had been in a spot when we didn't have to concentrate on like feeding and taking care of and trying to recruit lobster and moving all of our bedrooms so rapidly, things might have been different. But like I said, you'll see in a couple of days they will move on from this and be better without permanent damage. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please post any questions in the comments below, and I'll check you next time. Take care.